Good morning. I want to say that I've just woken up, but I actually woke up at like 6:15. My internal body clock is still stuck on work time. We are here at the Fairmont Resort in the Blue Mountains. I think we've got a couple of things planned today. One being thrift shopping in, I think, Katoomba, which is just around the corner from where we are, and Lura, which is where we're actually at, where this hotel is at. So we're having a big dinner tonight to celebrate two things: Christmas in July. Being a British family, we've got to celebrate Christmas when it's actually cold. And then we're also celebrating my grandparents' wedding anniversary. This hotel is awesome. It is decked out for Christmas. There's a Christmas tree, there's toy soldiers everywhere. Santa's supposed to be here. There's an ice skating rink somewhere. So yeah, it's going to be a really fun day, really fun night. I'm going to do my makeup and my hair. And then I think we're probably going to go down and have some breakfast. My fiance Nick is still asleep, so we'll see how long it takes him to wake up. But in the meantime, I'm just going to get myself ready, and then we'll start the day. I don't know if it, well, English. I don't know if this is roofing content or not, but is this low-key going to turn into an ASMR channel? Maybe. Look at that curl that it gives you. Don't know whether it's just my natural lashes curl up anyway, and this just accentuates it, or whether this little curved wand actually helps curl them at the same time. I don't know, but whatever it is, it works. Funny story the other day, actually, my older sister was telling me that she went to get a tint on her eyelashes. Her lash lady was like, do you use an eyelash curler? She was like, yeah, she always has. As long as I've known that she's done makeup, she's used an eyelash curler. The lash lady was like, yeah, maybe you need to stop using that for a bit. Turns out she had like chopped all of her eyelashes in half. So yeah, just a little PSA, if you use an eyelash curler, you may have chopped eyelashes. So that's fun. Okie dokie, so that is the makeup done. Now we're going to do hair. My hair is so greasy at the moment, so we're going to try and do a little slick back, half up, half down look. Whilst that heats up, let's have a little chat. I feel like I need to give you guys like a little backstory about me and who I am. This is like my origin story. I'm 23. I'll be 24 in September, and I live in, technically it's Sydney, but it's not actually Sydney. It's not the Sydney that you guys think of. I don't live in the city where the Opera House is or the Harbour Bridge. I live about an hour's drive out from there, maybe. I know Australia is such a big country that we're like, oh yeah, I like Sydney. But Sydney is just like massive. Like you could live like 2 hours out from Sydney and still be considered that you live in Sydney, basically. So I am engaged. Took my ring off to do my makeup. I'm getting married next year, which is kind of weird. Feels like a very big girl adult move to do. So maybe some of these videos will be a little bit of wedding content as well, or wedding planning content. To be fair, there's not much of that left to do. We've actually done a whole lot of, maybe a little sneak peek of what it's going to look like. Maybe we're having a bridal shower as well, so you can come with us through that process of planning the bridal shower. Maybe that'll be some of the content. But yeah, really I wanted to start this channel because I've been watching a lot of American YouTubers that do like thrifting and secondhand clothing styling video, like Alexa Sunshine, Kathleen Illustrated, Ryan Dar found recently. I thought it would be really fun to show you guys what that all looks like, but in a different country, here in Australia. Show you what thrift stores look like, you know, what kind of things you can find, what I've found, and how I style those pieces. And yeah, honestly, I don't really know what we're going to be posting on this channel, but we're going to have fun with it. I'm going to be so awkward throughout this whole thing because I just don't know what I'm doing or how to do this, but we're going to figure it out together. Anyway, my hair straightener's heated up, so I'm going to stop yapping now and do my hair. I like shaved my face, right? Like microblade my face, and a little while ago, I got a little happy, a little you know, out of control, if you want to say. And I got a little bit too close to my hairline, and now I've got this like rebirth happening. I don't know if you can see that. Be careful with your microblading, guys. Okay, this is the finish. I'm going to get dressed, try and wake up Nick, and then let's go get some breakfast. Nick's in the background. This is the fit for today. Actually, pretty much all of this is thrifted, except for the shoes. The shoes are from Big W, and the socks. The socks are H&M or something like that. But I'm wearing a white button-up shirt from Ralph Lauren. This beautiful 100% wool jumper. I think the brand is like Icelandic or something like that. And then this beautiful like mustard and red tartan skirt, which is just one of the many skirts in my like kilt collection that I've got going on recently. But yeah, say hi.
Oh my god, did you say something? Did you say hi?
I did. This seems to be a reoccurring thing this morning. I ask you a question and you're like, are you talking to me? There's nobody else in this room. Who am I talking to? We're going to go get some coffee though. Some coffee and some food, and then, yeah, see what the plan is from there. But yeah. Let's go. So apparently I didn't film a transition, but here we are at our first store in Katoomba. End up going with my mum and my younger sister, and this store had the coolest collection I have ever seen. Some really cool vintage pieces and big brands. And it was definitely very curated, and you could tell because the prices were insane, a lot higher than what I'm willing to spend, especially for secondhand fashion, but I can appreciate some good pieces. Love me any kind of wool tartan skirt, and also love me any kind of wide cable knit wool jumper like I'm wearing today. There's me and my little sister Lucy. This place also had a really cool collection of vintage children's pieces, and obviously I'm not meaning to have a child anytime soon, but look at this teeny tiny denim jacket that I found. So cute. One thing that is on my thrift wish list is one of those barn style jackets that I'm seeing a lot of recently. And this place definitely had a huge collection of them, which was really cool. But again, the prices were so high. I wasn't really willing to spend that much money, especially because it's something new on my list. But you'll see here in a second, I find one that is absolutely perfect and exactly what I'm looking for from LL Bean. But for $250, I think I'm okay to leave it and hope that I find something very similar for a lot less money. I also find a really similar one from Carhartt as well, which was also very cool. And these denim overalls, adorable. One thing about this place is it had a lot of cool accessories, like these patches, peeped white from The Office, and also these candles. They were like little sardines in tins, and they were wrapped up in these paper with like stamps on them. They were so cute. Definitely would recommend coming to check out this store if you're willing to pay a little bit extra for some really cool curated pieces. This is called the Yesterday Store in Katoomba. Like I said, awesome store, very curated, great pieces, but obviously some pretty high prices. So the second store we went into was Salvo's, which is normally the stores that I go to within my area. They just tend to have a better selection of stuff and for much better pricing as well. Definitely had a lot of great jackets and jumpers and things like that here. Obviously, with it being in Katoomba, it's pretty cold. But yeah, you can see I was struggling to move the hangers. Everything was packed so tightly, which I normally hate at a thrift store. But we found this really cool windbreaker rain jacket from a brand called Virgo, which I've never heard before, but it was a pretty old label. And it was this beautiful green color with this like red just interior and obviously that really cool lining. And my mum actually ended up grabbing that one. I think it was only like $8 or something like that. Love these little red Wellington boots. Looking for something similar but just not in that color. Immediately when I see something colorful on the rack, my eyes are drawn straight towards it. I don't know what it is about color. I absolutely love it. And this black and white striped jumper reminded me of a lot of jumpers I'm seeing recently. Found this Dublin jacket. Dublin is a horse riding brand, and this was actually really nice, really thick material, very weatherproof. It was only $15, which is pretty good, but it does have a lot of wear and tear, which I didn't realize until I try it on later in the video. Love the chunky buttons on this cardigan. Anything with chunky buttons, again, immediately drawn to. My sister found these really cute ballet flats. She always has good luck with accessories. And then I found this polka dot dress. I've been loving polka dots recently. I think they're so cute. I recently picked up a thrifted polka dot dress, but I hate it, and I didn't realize it was from Glassons, which sucks. So I'm looking to do a little DIY with that. But I also found this really cute polka dot dress. I just don't think that I would get enough wear out of it. But looking at it now, I think it's so adorable, and I'm kind of sad I left it behind. You see me making a beeline from the handbags. I told you before she has great luck with accessories, my younger sister, and one thing is handbags. She always manages to find great handbags, so I had to get there before she did. And I found some really great name brands, but I didn't unfortunately find anything that I loved for me. I love thrifting with siblings or friends because they always, if they find something that they think that you'll like, they grab it and they hand it to you, and it's the best feeling ever. Like this barn style jacket I was telling you before, so similar to the ones I was seeing in that previous store. And this one I tried on, it was a much cheaper, but you'll see, unfortunately, it wasn't great. When I'm out thrifting, I'm always looking for pieces for Nick. A lot of his clothes that he's been wearing recently are thrifted pieces that I've found, and there's some really nice pieces as well, like these MacPack jumpers that I found. Thought they would be perfect for him. He loves camping and hiking. We love to go camping and hiking together. So pieces like this are awesome, especially when they're only $7. I ended up grabbing the orange color, but now that I'm looking at it, I wish I had grabbed both of them. He's been wearing it the past few days and he loves it. He said it's so warm and cozy, and yeah, just a great piece, great quality piece for such a great price as well. So here you see me trying on those two jackets that I picked up. Firstly, this is that barn style jacket from Jeans West. Loved the little corduroy collar, loved the sort of tartan inside. Unfortunately, it was way too thin for my liking, and I didn't love the material. It was kind of like almost like a canvasy material, and I'm just trying to look for something that's very thick, very warm, and just has a nice fit to it. This was probably a little bit too long. There's a little bit of wearing and stains, but not as much as the next jacket that I try on. But yeah, was so bummed about this because obviously it was pretty much what I was looking for. This one was the Dublin jacket, and this one was okay. It was a lot thicker, a lot better quality than the Jeans West one, but I just didn't love how it looked. More I wore it, the more I could tell it had a lot of wear on it, a lot of discoloration and things like that, which obviously means that it got a lot of good use previously. But yeah, this one was also a no, unfortunately. This was our next stop. This is Anglicare. Now, something with Anglicare is that I always find that they just don't have a good selection of stuff. And what they do have is always overpriced for a charity shop. So, unfortunately, this was a bit of a bust, this one. I didn't find anything that I liked, but still cool to, mosey around and look at the pieces that they did have. I never seem to have luck with jeans at thrift stores. They're always a really weird fit or, very old style, very cheap style denim. Think JJ's for anyone that knows the Australian brand. that's the kind of stuff that you normally find at thrift stores, unfortunately. Checked out the bags again and found this Calvin Klein one. Not my style, but not bad for $40. This dress reminded me so much of my school uniform, it made me kind of want to cry. Now, we were also shopping for one of my brothers who was going to join us later in the day with his girlfriend. And we found this really cool Tommy Hilfiger jumper. It was super good quality, so nice, this like red and grey stripe, and it was only $20, which is pretty good. Found this Oroton handbag, if you know, you know. Not my style, but still cool find. Loved the boots that they had in their store. I'm definitely looking for some slightly higher, almost like riding boots. And they did have a couple here, but none that I particularly loved and none that were in my size either. I found this polo white button up that is very similar, if not identical, to the one that I'm actually wearing in this video, but this one was a lot bigger and it had a bit of a stain on the front as well, so passed it up, especially given that I already have one. One thing I love recently is ties. Love wearing ties as like skinny scarves, or actually wearing ties, or even tying them in a little bow. So I'm always on the hunt for some cool colored ties. We're back in the hotel room. It's been a busy day, to say the least. And I think we're both kind of exhausted.
You be zonked.
And what did you guys get up to today?
We played golf. It took 3 times longer than it was supposed to.
Who won?
There was no winners, only losers.
You were just surviving out there.
No, the other players were just surviving.
Did you have people like backed up?
We waited. I mean, we knew we were a risk to society, so.
A risk to society?
Yeah, pretty bad.
Well, we're just chilling because we're about to go ice skating with everybody. I'm exhausted and I feel like we've done nothing today. You went and played golf. We went out to the thrift stores in Katoomba, came back, we all had lunch, and now we're just zonked. So we go to ice skating, and then pretty much after we finish ice skating, we go straight into dinner.
I like the seafood buffet.
I think there's seafood in it, but I think that it also has other things.
Seafood's disgusting. Hot take. No one actually likes seafood.
I think that a lot of people like seafood. I think that you're just the minority.
I think they're just Special.
Anyway, we're gonna chill for a second, and then yeah, we'll see you guys when we go ice skating.
See you then.
Bye.
Bye.
As you can see, I'm not currently ice skating. After that clip, we did go ice skating and we did have our Christmas dinner and we did go and play billiards and pool with my entire family. But I didn't record any of it. As you could see from that clip, we were exhausted. We were so tired. I love family holidays, especially when you have a big family. I'm one of 6 kids, so there's never a dull moment, that's for sure. There's so much fun. There's always something happening. There's always something to do, always people to hang out with, but you never get time to actually just, sit down and unwind and have a bit of a break. So there was so much happening. We were so tired. And we really just wanted to kind of enjoy the rest of the time that we did have there. So I didn't record anything. But yeah, we did have a really, really fun time and it was great. We did go to a couple of other thrift stores after you saw us in Anglicare. One was Vinnie's. That was a bust. We didn't find anything there. And then there was these like little markets happening inside of a church. And then at the back of the church, there was this like teeny tiny little op shop as well. So we did check out those and I did find something from that store. So now I have 2 pieces to show you guys. I feel like this was a bit of a bust in terms of a first thrifting video for you, but it was also kind of good at the same time. Obviously, it was a bust because we didn't really find anything, but also it was really great because it's kind of showing you guys the realities of thrifting in Australia and the realities of thrifting in general. Like, you're not always going to find something, you're not always going to walk away with this massive haul, with these designer brands that you found. Sometimes you don't find anything. I do have 2 pieces to show you guys that I found. First thing that I found was obviously this fleece MacPack jumper for Nick. As you saw in the video, there were actually 2 of these. And I'm so bummed that I didn't get the red one as well because he loves this jumper so much. I did get the orange one. Like you saw, it was only $7, which is crazy, especially for a brand like MacPack. If you know, these sort of brands like MacPack, Kathmandu, you pay an arm and a leg for a jumper like this. So to find something like this in the thrift store for only $7 is an absolute win. It's a little more oversized than what he normally wears. He usually wears an XL, and I think this is like a 4XL, so it's a little bit bigger on him, but he loves it. He's been wearing it so much. Obi is just like having a bit of a coughing fit. You good? He's fine. You may just hear him in the background. Been wearing it heaps. We've had some really rainy and cold days here in Sydney recently, so he's been wearing this quite a lot. So it's super warm. But yeah, just goes to show you that you don't always need to buy, outdoor clothing, camping, hiking clothes brand new. You can go to a thrift store, and a lot of the time you can find brands like this for a lot cheaper. Now, as I mentioned, we did go into those little markets that were in the church, and there was one lady that was selling all of these old books, and one book in particular really caught my eye, and it's this one. Now, this doesn't look very exciting when you look at it. It's literally just this like brown, reddish leather bound book. But when I had a look at the spine, if you can see that, it says Little Women by Louisa M. Alcott. Now, just looking at this, you can tell that this is old. It's not like a new edition of some classic books. Like, this is old. And my brother's girlfriend and I were trying to like skim through it to see if we could find a date. A lot of the time, books will have a publishing date in the front, so you can actually see when they're from. This doesn't have one. This just has like a little blurb about Louisa M. Alcott, and then the book just starts. So for $5, I was curious, and also I would love to read this book again. So I grabbed it. I did do some research when I got back to the hotel after buying this, and this is actually from a collection called the Gordon Classic Library. And if you do a bit of research about that online, you actually can see that that edition of classics came out in the 40s. So there's a very high chance that this book is from the 1940s. which I think is very cool. And I'm always drawn to old pieces like this. So I'm so happy that I picked it up. I've been drawn a lot recently to pieces from the 1940s. Like my engagement ring is from the 40s. My wedding dress is actually from the 1940s. I've got some thrifted jewelry recently that's from the 1940s. Don't know what it is about that era, but I just keep being drawn to pieces from that era. So that book just adds to that. Yeah, as I said, bit of a bust for a first video. We didn't really, have many good finds. I obviously didn't film the end of the trip for you guys, but we had a really, really great time and it was a much needed trip and it was so much fun. If you're ever in the Blue Mountains or if you ever have the chance to go away to the Blue Mountains, would definitely recommend staying at the Fairmont Resort. There's so much to do there, especially if you're a family, if you have kids. There's just a lot to do. And there's kind of a lot for everyone as well. You can just break off and, do what you want to do. The Christmas dinner was amazing. The food was so good. Yeah, highly recommend it. And it's in such a good spot as well, very close to, again, Katoomba, to where the Three Sisters are. If you know about the Three Sisters, lots of incredible lookouts in that area as well. So it's just a great spot to stay. Yeah, that's it from me. I'm going to finally finish this video. Um, I hope you guys enjoyed it. There'll be a lot more videos hopefully coming, and hopefully some videos where I actually do find some good stuff. I think I might do a video at one of the thrift stores that I go to quite a lot in my area. I always manage to find some good pieces there. So hopefully we can do a video like that and I can actually show you guys, what I find, and yeah, we can have some fun with it. All right, thanks so much for watching, guys, and I will see you in the next one.